didn't know anything after that on our Arapaho. But that's what I was going through. English. I can't, I couldn't really understand English. Spoon, knife.
So you studied when you are 7.
Yeah, and I went. It's just like I went overseas. And I could speak German. You know, and then it's just the things that I'm going through. Everybody's got a different language, and you try to teach me how to talk another language. It's not right.
So you studied when you are 7.
Pardon?
You started the school 7.
Yeah, 7.
Uh-huh.
I went to boarding school. Yeah.
For how long?
I think it closed, but let's see. I was there clear to teenager. Going teenager, and they start to close it. But it already affected us, all our my generation. The trauma. We got PTSD through that. Young kid, teaching us the way it was forced. It wasn't like being brought up in a home.
How many
There
people?
it was like they go teach you the rough, the mean way, to slap you, hit you, and you don't know why. And then you got this Catholic, this religion that was mostly the taught in there. They didn't tell us anything about education back here. It was just religion, all the way. You're either gonna go to heaven, hell, purgatory, or limbo. We didn't know anything about them stuff, but back us, the way our old folks taught us, they said, just live good, enjoy yourself. They didn't teach us anything bad, They told us be careful. We got taboos. They taught us, like the best way of life.
So you had long hair, right?
Oh, yeah, there was abuse, the way the priests, sisters said. They want you to live like, right off the bat. They were just like overnight. They want you to live like him. And you didn't know why. You went down and your life changed. All the kids, their life changed. We would still talk Arapaho among ourselves. But they would monitor us, and then they told you can't talk like that. You got to talk these. And it was rough. It was hard. Nobody right now, we I don't know. We didn't get any kind of education. It was just religion, and things that we didn't know the value of what they were trying to teach us. We knew the value of our way of life. Old people, respect, animals, and everything else. But here, they didn't teach us anything about respect.
They cut your hair?
Yeah. You had to have that, and you couldn't really do anything. They didn't want the old people there. Our old people, they didn't want them there. Influence, it was strictly. The priests had control, dominate. They did a lot of things, to destroy our way of thinking. Yeah. When they're little ones, they had the idea. They said they gave us coffee right off the bat. And our mentality would exceed to where they would be, and that's the way the government worked. And they tried to destroy. They couldn't kill us anymore, so they used this. It was an education. It was supposed to be, but it was their own way how to try to kill us. They used that, and then right now, a lot of us old people are suffering through that. Still, they carried it.
Are there some
Yeah.
people disappeared?
Pardon?
There are some children disappeared.
Hey, they,
Did some students disappear?
In the Canada, there are many
Oh, yeah.
children were killed.
oh, that place up there, Canada.
Uh-huh.
You know, they took kids that were, you know, hard. You know, just like all of us. We didn't know anything about English. We didn't know anything about. They took kids that were more. You didn't. You know, they needed help. You know, just like these. You got these kids that have a hard time learning. So they took them and they abused them. They abused them. They abused them a lot. And the kids that were in there were trying to help them. They were getting beat up, you know. Yeah, there was the sisters and the priests. You know, they had ways, you know, just, there was all this abuse every day. It wasn't it wasn't the way you grew up with the old people, your folks and stuff, the love that they gave you. We didn't have that over there. There was nothing. It was just whatever they wanted to, how they wanted to abuse you. It was like any country that dominates. It's just like foreign countries, you know, how they annihilate people. Well, that's what they were trying to do here. It wasn't just here, it was all over the reservations, you know. They had boarding school stuff here. And they started making, I think the way I look at it, it was kind of an asylum, what we went through. You know, you couldn't reach outside, couldn't tell you folks what they were doing. And that's true. A lot of them, they kept us. Yeah. And it was always something that they had over the, you know, they had control. So we had to go through that regardless. Yeah, main thing was that religion. We didn't know anything about it. We had our own. We got our own. That's coming up now. So with all that, you know, you grow up there, and then you get another stage of your life, and then you go to military, and it's the same thing. I looked back and I said, I was going through that before this. I had already had PTSD back here, and they told me that, you know, you have to get some treatment here. Well, why did they have to do that? All of us. It's just sad, you know, to know that these things are still happening. You know, it don't matter. You think it's away, you think it's on, but they, you know, they have to redo all these things. You know, how do they bring it back and say, hey, you know, that's what's supposed to be the way you teach kids. You know, it was a different environment. I think that's now that our kids are not going through that. They got better. Now we got kids that are going to be lawyers, doctors. Right now we got kids. They got exceeding. They're graduating now, college. It's a lot different from where we were at. All we were going to do is dig ditch, and that's no kind of a trade. Carpentry, mechanics, anything. And that right now our kids are not. We're teaching them a lot better. Go to school and use whatever the tools you need. Come back and help your people. Yeah.
Okay.
But we managed to stay focused on, you know, what is next. We didn't know anything about the future. I guess the world was changing, but we weren't. We come from our folks and went straight down.
Okay.
And we never, still a lot of us are trying to climb up. Maybe with this thing here, I don't know. It's kind of pretty late in the years for me. I'm 79 now, and I still wake up with that trauma. you know, it's bad. When you're young, you got that. It's all you fear. You fear of dying that day. How you gonna do? How you gonna live? And